Hey everyone, welcome back to the Bear Cast, and I am joined by one of my good friends and old high school football teammate, Michael Rapallo. How you doing, Michael? Uh, it's been a while since you and I have talked about stuff like this, and I am without my co-host who is normally on this, so I thought that this would be a good chance for you and me to do this since we usually do this over the phone, and I thought that it'd be a good chance to get you used to doing stuff like this because we're going to be doing something similar for Podcast Network when the football season rolls around. But how have you been? You told me that you went golfing before this, and how did that go? Where did you go? What course did you play at, and all that stuff?
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm doing great. Uh, I'm excited for our show that we're doing. It's great to be on the podcast. Love podcasts. Watch it or listen to them all the time. Uh, I golfed pretty good today. I shot 3 over 75 at Marengo Ridge, and yeah, I'm just excited to be here.
Yeah,
Finally
yeah,
get
I'm
to do the
excited to have you,
podcast
man.
with my boy Grant.
Excited to have you, man. Before we get into the football stuff, I just want you to, uh, just tell me a little bit about yourself, so the people on the podcast, know a little bit more about you. Like, I said that you and I did we're on the football team together in high school, so I want you to, you know, maybe share your favorite high school football memory, and then maybe your favorite NFL football memory, and then I'll share mine for those two as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, so high school football memory probably is beating the crud out of Jacobs on freshman B. You know that
Oh
that's
yeah,
like the rivalry. Winning a
yeah.
good rivalry game is nice.
Our A team got squandered. I remember that. I
Hmm.
remember our freshman year.
Yeah,
And what's your favorite NFL memory?
my favorite NFL memory is watching Michael Thomas break the catch record. As no, I don't know if anyone knows this. Michael Thomas is my favorite player.
Yeah, it's too bad he's not
Too bad.
necessarily in
Yeah,
the
he
league
went.
right now.
Yeah, he went downhill, but he got the record, so it's okay.
Yeah, and for me, actually, so for me, the favorite NFL memory, that one's going to be hard for me because I have a lot of favorite NFL memories. But the favorite high school memory, I also have a lot of those. But my all time favorite is our freshman year. Actually, it was the first 2 weeks of practice in the summer, and our high school football coach. We our freshman team was comprised of like 95% sophomore or 95% freshmen, and like three or four
Yeah,
sophomores.
yeah, we had like three
Um,
sophomores.
but if you remember, our quarterback was a sophomore, Card Cradle, and he was struggling to do like a screenplay in the beginning of practice. And usually coaches go up to him and say, this is how you fix it. But our high school football coach, Coach Aney, didn't let the coaches do it. He let me do it, and I just I just knew after that moment that um, this was going to be special and I was going to enjoy it. And I mean, after that, he let me, be the guy that was always going up to try and help players fix things. And I was like, wow, this guy's putting a lot of trust in me for this. And but after that, me and our coach, formed a very special bond after that. And it's still to this day, actually. But let's get into the very important stuff of this podcast. The football is back,
Football is back, baby.
man. It is huge, and you know, for for the first time in a long time, it feels like the off season for the Bears was actually very fast.
Hmm.
And in my personal opinion, I think that is because of the fact that we actually, for once, had an exciting off season. With the acquisition of Ben Johnson, the free agents that we acquired, and the draft that we had this past year. But rookies reported today. Rookies and quarterbacks. The rest of the team reports on Tuesday, the 22nd. And the first practice is the 23rd.
Hmm.
So there's going to be a lot of content on this finally. And, I mean, there's. So, I mean, what are you looking for in training camp, in terms of, you know, uh, things to watch?
I'm looking at things to watch. I'm looking at quarterbacks, so Caleb and Bajent, because you never know what's going to happen in football. I mean, never know. Injuries happen. So,
Hmm.
and I think Bajent could be a starter. That dude is nuts. Like that
With the
guy a
right,
lot.
system, I think I can agree with you,
Yeah.
actually.
And then I'm looking how our new O line, the Bears O line, is as a unit. I really hope they can get everything together because we got the good guys. I mean, we got
I agree.
Tooney, we got Limbar, the center from
No,
the center from
Dahlman,
Falcons. Yeah,
Dahlman,
Dahlman.
Drew
That's who we
Dahlman,
got. And then we got the guard from the Rams. We traded for him.
Jonah
Yeah,
Jackson, which
which
actually he was from the Lions before that, when Ben Johnson was uh, their pass game coordinator. So I think that when Ben Johnson came in, he definitely, was like, let's make sure that we get offensive linemen, but let's also make sure that they're like guys that we've been with that know our system. Because Tooney has been with Ryan Poles, and then
mhm.
uh, Jonah Jackson was with Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think those are all great things to look for.
I'm also
My
oh my bad.
Go ahead.
I was also looking. I'm looking at Loveland and Burden.
Oh
That's who
yeah,
I'm looking
yeah.
at
Those
too.
are those are two big things that are going to be looked at. Really good. And why don't we go into that? So, you know, all of our rookie contracts are signed up and finalized, which all of them took to the 11th hour. Really,
Yeah.
you know, uh, um, Turner Turner and Trapilo signed on Thursday, and just so I can uh, um, do this correctly, I'm gonna look at the script so I can actually get the numbers right. So Shamar Turner signed first with an extra uh, 35% of the guarantees in year three, with I think the first 2 years guaranteed, and then
Hmm.
a few hours later, I almost said years, geez, a few hours later, Ozzy Trapillo signed his rookie deal with the first 2 years fully guaranteed as well, and 72% of the third year being guaranteed. And I mean, I'm very happy that both of these guys signed, when they did, because, uh, you know, for Trapilo, I think it's very important that he gets out there to practice, because we don't know the health of Braxton Jones, and I really do think that Trapilo has a very good chance to assert himself as the leading uh, guy for the left tackle position.
Yeah.
And then Turner, you know, I think that he'll be a more rotational piece
Yeah.
this year, because we have guys like Grady Jarrett, Andrew Billings, and Javon Dexter. But
Hmm.
I'm okay with that, because when you look at the room that he's joining, he is around a lot of people that have produced very well. So
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on those two signings first, and then we'll go into probably the most important one last after you comment on that stuff.
Well, I think Turner signing his deal is good because I honestly think the first 2 years he's just going to be that rotational guy, and then
Hmm.
after Grady Jarrett's contract's over, then I think he'll step into that role and be that guy, our D tackle.
Yeah, I can agree with you.
And
What do
then
you think about Trapilo?
Trapilo, uh, I really hope he takes Braxton Jones' spot. Personally, I'm not a big Braxton Jones guy.
Yeah, I mean,
He,
I mean, the thing about Braxton Jones is, you know, um, he kind of got lucky in getting the left tackle spot because no one ahead of him was necessarily that great. And
yeah,
I mean, when you look at uh, this dude Trapilo, I mean, the dude is 6'8", 330 or 340
yeah,
pounds,
he's a big
and
boy.
he is literally being compared to Kyle Long.
Yeah,
And not just because he wears the number 75, but he also plays like him. And I mean, I I think that's a great comparison. I mean, if he can be 80% of what Kyle Long is, we have a left tackle for the next 10 years.
he just needs to be half of what Kyle Long was.
You're probably right. And then the one that you and me were talking about the past couple days that worried everyone was Luther Burden, because he missed most of the OTAs. He approved he did participate in uh, rookie minicamp, but he didn't participate in OTAs because of a soft tissue injury. And you and me were talking about how missed reps can really deteriorate your chances of getting used to the offense and all that stuff. And
Yeah,
I mean, I really think that the combination of DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, and Luther Burden as your wide receiver 1, 2, and 3 is a lethal
dude.
uh,
Yeah, I
threesome.
mean, I mean, Caleb produced like how if Caleb produces like how he should, where he should be the first. It's bad to say, but the first Bears guy to throw for 4,000
Mhm.
and 35 plus touchdowns. He should do that with all the weapons that he's given. But I think with Burden, with Rome, with DJ Moore, with Loveland, Komet, like I think we're gonna have a very exciting offense coming.
Yeah. Now the question about Burden and Loveland that probably everyone will want to have answered is how is their health? Because Burden, dealt with his soft tissue injury with his during OTAs, and Loveland, when he was drafted, he had a shoulder injury or had a shoulder injury all throughout his final year at Michigan. Um, but he did say that he's 100. His shoulder is 100%. But we'll see how the Bears want to ramp him up per se
Yeah,
in training camp. And I don't. I am very excited to see Loveland, but I don't think it's as big of a thing to throw him into the woods right away because you have Cole Kmet, who is a very talented and serviceable tight end. But you probably want to get him involved if you don't have him. So what? The first practice is Wednesday.
yeah,
Maybe give him Wednesday and Thursday to slowly get into the offense, and then Friday see what he can do. Because I mean, Ben Johnson runs a lot of two tight end sets, and as much as we have Jerome Smythe, I don't know if we can run two tight end sets with
no,
Cole Kmet and Jerome Smythe.
no.
So
So here's the thing with that Loveland pick. Everyone was shocked, even me. I was shocked. I thought we were.
everyone, Everyone.
I thought the first tight end was going to be Warren off the board. But what my brother said, which makes perfect sense, Ben Johnson was a tight end coach.
Mm-hmm.
He was a tight end coach. He knows his tight ends. So if he says that's his guy for the rookie deal till 2029, say, that's his guy. He's going to get that. He's going to get
Right.
his guy. And I feel like that's going to be a perfect fit for our offense, too. Running that two tight end set, if we do that, even if we don't do that, we can get rid of Cole Kmet.
Yeah. And what is literally crazy, actually, is when you actually think about it, we have probably like 3 or 4 coaches on this staff that has coached tight ends
Yeah.
because uh, Ben Johnson coached tight ends, Declan Doyle has coached
Mm-hmm.
tight ends, Jim Dre, our tight ends coach, has coached tight ends, obviously, and then Dan Roshar, our offensive line coach, one of his tight end positions that he did coach throughout his Saints tenure was tight end. Um, and that dude just coaches like multiple positions. He
Yeah.
coached like 10 different positions while he was with the Saints. Um, so next, we're going to talk about. So I think this is a pretty good topic to talk about. Adam Rank a couple weeks ago, he always posts about or does like little clips of record predictions for every team, and he's a Bears fan, and we're both Bears fans, and he has the Bears going 11-6. As much as I love that, people, we need to remember, even with how strong our coaching staff is, rookie head coaches always have a very tough, rough first year. So, as much as I want his prediction to be correct, and as much as I want to say I think his prediction could be closer to 11-6 than some people think, I think that we need to dial it down to maybe like a 9-8 or 10-7. I don't think that that's too much of a difference,
No.
but I just we just need to temper our expectations because I don't want to be that guy that watches all the clips from um, insiders and all that stuff saying the Bears are going to be the greatest team in the history of football this year, and then buy into that, and then get another 5-12 season like we had last year. Because I bought into all the hype that was talked about with Caleb and Rome and all that stuff last year, and Shane Waldron, and I was tremendously disappointed.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, Michael?
Okay, so 11-6 might be pushing it a little bit, but I'm looking at the schedule right now. We play Vikings week 1. I think JJ McCarthy's first game, he's not going to go out and get a win.
Absolutely, absolutely. The dude is recovering from an ACL tear.
Yeah.
Didn't even get practice or in-game reps at all last year. So the dude is basically on his rookie season in
Yeah.
his second year. So that's going to be he's going to take 2 to 3 games to get adjusted. And also Dennis Allen is a great defensive coordinator. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't believe how many people we saw from Sean Payton's coaching tree, or I guess Dan Campbell's coaching tree,
Yeah.
because they kind of work together. So, but anyway, continue. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so I mean, we got Vikings week 1. It's a night game.
It's a Monday night game,
Yeah. So we should win that. It all depends on how, like I said, how the offense is built. Because Ben Johnson said he wants to build around Caleb's strengths,
which is great. Which is
which
great.
is what you should do.
Yes,
Lions week.
every successful head coach builds his offense around the quarterback to make sure that the quarterback is successful.
Yep.
So
Then you got Lions week 2. I'm 50-50. I think we split with the Lions this year.
I think I think just because of how early it is, as much as I am not very confident in Dan Campbell's replacements for Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, I'm just gonna say, since Dan Campbell knows Ben Johnson, he will know how to stop him. I
Yeah,
think so. I think that week 2 will be a loss, as much as I hate to say it.
yeah, yeah. That's what I think too. I think we're gonna lose that one, but I think it's gonna be a lot closer than people think.
I hope so. I hope so.
And then week 3, you got Dak. You're gonna win that.
Yeah, and pardon me for saying this, but I don't think that the right hire was who the Cowboys hired. I almost said Dolphins. I don't know why almost said Dolphins, but why would you fire uh, Mike McCarthy to just promote his offensive coordinator? And personally, I don't think that he calls that great of an offense.
Yeah, no. And then you got Raiders, which if we stop Genty, easy win.
Hmm.
Commanders should have should have beat them last year, but
Yes, yes, we should have. We should
I
have.
think I think Caleb's better than Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels is way overhyped. I think he's a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but
Hmm.
people are saying he's better than Justin Herbert and Jalen Hurts. It's not true.
Okay. For the people that are saying that, can we just come out and say that Justin Herbert, first of all, has a great head coach in Jim Harbaugh, and went lights out last year. They just lucked into a bad playoff matchup. And for the people that are saying that Jaden Daniels is better than Jalen Hurts, um, Hurts just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
So how can you say that a rookie quarterback that has played 1 year is better than a guy that already
he's
has
played.
been to 2 Super Bowls and won one? Right? Or how many
Yeah,
Super Bowls has
he
Hurts
has
been
one.
to?
He has one.
He has one, but he's been to
He's
two.
been to two. Yeah,
Yeah, he lost to the Chiefs the first time,
and
and
then
then
beat
he
him.
won
Yeah,
against. So,
yeah.
um,
Well, do you have that? Then you got the Saints. Saints is going to be easy. And then I think we do go 2 losses. Because we play the AFC North this year.
right.
That's a tough division.
That's the Bengals and the Ravens,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We play
Yeah,
Ravens
yeah.
first.
Just
Ravens,
toss
that's
those
going to be a
into the lake.
loss. Bengals going to be a loss. Well, you never know what Joe Burrow you're going to get. If you get Joe Burrow and
That's
Jamar Chase duo that they show
you're
that they could
screwed.
do, you're gone. But I think Jalen Johnson could hold his own against Chase. You're not going to stop him, obviously. He's still going
No
to get
one can.
100
No one
yards. He's still going to get 100 yards, 8 catches, maybe a touchdown.
can. Sure.
But then then you go Giants. Giants defense could be scary. I don't. I
But
think you're gonna.
Giants offense
I think you're gonna get Dart. You're gonna
by
get.
then probably
You're gonna
yes.
get Dart by then, and then who knows? He could throw 4 picks, but then also could have thought about this last year. We would have thought we beat the Patriots too, and then we got blown out.
That's a good point.
You never know. Then we play Vikings again. Probably McCarthy's easing into it. I still think we win. I think we go 2-0 against the Vikings. Steelers. Aaron Rodgers is at Soldier Field, so I don't want to be that guy, but we're probably gonna lose because Aaron Rodgers owns us. Just always been that way. I hate the guy.
We all hate him, but just let's just pray that this is the last year that we have to deal with his owning bull crap.
Yeah, and then you got Packers in Lambeau. Caleb is undefeated in Lambeau, so that means we
Yes.
win. Then you got Browns and Soldier. Depends what Miles Garrett you get.
Yeah, but as much as I'm afraid of Miles Garrett, I am not that afraid of the Browns offense
At
because
that, yeah,
because you're not going to have Deshaun Watson because he's suspended for a year or not injured because
yeah,
he tore his Achilles or something.
yeah,
And I'm sorry, but I don't know how good Shador is without his father. I mean, and that's saying something because I don't think that Shador was that good with his father.
Shadur was check down city. He was. That's all he was
And
in
and
college.
his biggest threat was a guy that could turn a, a 5 yard check down into a touchdown because he was
Hmm.
a speed demon in Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
And I'm very interested to see how he manages to play both ways in the NFL because
he'll be
you,
fine.
you can't. I
He'll
don't
be
think.
fine.
I'm just nervous that his career is going to be shortened because of that.
I don't
Um,
think he wants to play that long.
how long do you think he wants to play?
I think he's gonna play till 30. He'll play like 8 seasons, I bet, both ways, and then he'll either have to pick a side or he's just gonna retire. That's what I
Well, I
think.
mean, he already has $46 million.
Yeah, I mean he's good. He's fine.
And he's probably got more than that because with NIL money,
Hmm.
college players are making bank in college.
Yeah.
Um, and then so what's
Then
do we
we
have any
got
more games
Packers.
on the list?
We
Okay,
got Packers after that in Soldier. Jordan Love's undefeated in Soldier, even though we should have beat him, but that's okay. I think we win that one. I think we go. I dude, I think we go 5-1 in our division, and I think the Lions go undefeated in the division. I think the Packers
well,
are the worst in our
that's a
division.
big ask for a team that replaced their very successful offensive coordinator with a failed offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator with a guy that has never called a defense.
Yeah,
But we'll see.
but the Lions are the Lions. They're good now.
You
They're
know, I
Jared Goff is might be a hot take. Jared Goff is a top 7 quarterback in the league.
I actually don't think that's a hot take. I mean, he was groomed by Sean McVay, and
Hmm.
Sean McVay knew that he couldn't get over the hump with him for some crazy reason, and shipped him off to the Lions to probably die. Because that's where a lot of careers go to die at first. But then you get Dan Campbell. You bring in everyone that you brought in, and you turn his career around.
Yeah. Then we have 49ers, and then we finish 49ers Lions. We play the Lions in Soldier for week 18. They're probably resting people. I would assume we win that too, but then you don't know. I have no idea. I would assume we
and
win.
and with
49ers, we could
49ers, that's
win.
a big question too, because it always seems that the years that we've played them, uh, we've
They're
either
good.
played them we've we've either played them in a monsoon of rain,
Hmm.
or their big pieces on offense and defense are just injured the week that we happen to play them,
Hmm.
and we just happen to beat them because of that.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
you know,
in San Fran, so it shouldn't be raining, but you never know.
yeah, and honestly, that one time that it was raining, it was week one, and we had a monsoon of rain that week. Uh, Um, so I have already talked about this, but I'd like your opinion on this, Michael. About a week ago, I say we, I mean the Bears, gave Ryan Poles a 3-year extension with 2 years left on his current deal to align him with Ben Johnson. I have said while it is important for head coach and GM to be aligned, I think that they should have waited until the end of this year. What is your take on that? Uh, just was it too early or was it the right time in your
I
opinion?
think it was perfect. I think they did the right decision with that because Poles got his guy, and then you haven't extended to when his guy is done. I think that's great.
I think it's going to work out because when you look at this draft class compared to the past when we had Eberflus and the downfall of a head coaching staff, um, you know, you look at this coaching staff and the draft class that they had. This coaching staff is a lot stronger with with coaches that don't necessarily take uh, any lack of effort
Yeah.
or laziness in plays. And then when you look at their draft class, they did take players that had some injury scares with Colson Loveland or you know uh, motivational scares with Luther Burden because people thought that Luther Burden was a guy that took plays off, but that was debunked because of bad quarterback play from Mizzou's quarterback, and then Shamar Turner was you know said to be like a little bit of a diva on the football field,
It's fine.
which I'm okay with because we have a coaching staff that isn't gonna necessarily let any of that slide,
Yeah.
and those are the coaching staffs that when you take players like that, you're like, okay, yes, they have some red flags, but it's nothing that I can't handle. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Luther Burden should never fell to us in the second round.
absolutely.
If
And
he comes
honestly,
if he comes out last year, he's a top 5 pick.
absolutely. Honestly, I think he would have been. So he had more yards than Marvin Harrison, but I just think that the fact that Marvin Harrison is attached to his father, Marvin Harrison Sr. I do think that Marvin Harrison probably would have gone to the same place and gone to the Cardinals. I just think that Luther Burden would have gone right after him
Yeah.
at who had 5 last year.
Pretty sure the Chargers had 5.
Wow, that would have been something. That would
Yeah.
have been something with Justin Herbert
I don't
and
know if
Jim.
you I don't know speaking of Marvin Harrison, I know we're Bears, but have you seen what that guy has done in the offseason?
Oh yeah, he's gotten huge. He's
He's
gotten huge.
he's six
That
four, two like 20 now.
I
He was
mean,
six
I
four,
think when
one
he
ninety last year.
dude, the best part about being a Marvin Harrison or a person that has a former player as a father or something or an uncle or anything like that is when you get to the off season after your first year, because usually players want to just see how they do with their first year at the weight and at their current physique. But if they don't necessarily do that great, they're like, okay, dad or uncle, can you help me you know make sure that I'm more buff next year, so
Yeah.
I'm a more dangerous player. And if there's anyone that I would want training me, it'd be Marvin Harrison Sr.
Yep. Exactly.
Um, so I mean, I think that you're right. With the head coach and GM alignment, I am kind of surprised that we haven't heard about it. Like a press conference or anything like that. Maybe that happens in the next um couple of days when training camp actually starts
Yeah.
because I would assume that we want to hear about it from Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles perspective. um, and then I didn't put this in the script, but I talked about it with you before starting this that I think we should talk about Jalen Johnson. He went on the Rich Eisen show and talked about the amount of money that certain cornerbacks are getting paid right now. Sauce Gardner just got paid $30 million. The next player after that is Pat Surtain at 25, and then
Stingley.
it's
Stingley's at
Stingley
25 as
and
well.
Stingley, and then it's Ramsey and
Oh, and then
no,
Gonzalez, right?
I think that's right.
I
I
think
think
he
that's
just
right.
got one.
So Jalen Johnson is being paid $19 million. When you look at that compared to what Sauce Gardner and everyone else above him got, you think that that's a steal of a price at $19 million, which I completely agree it is. But he went on the Rich Eisen show and said that he might, go into Ryan Poles' office and say, hey, can we, maybe give me a little bit more money, and I mean, I think he deserves it. The thing with me is, will Ryan Poles do it?
Yeah,
I'm not exactly sure if he'll do it after signing someone already for still a very good amount of money.
yeah,
Maybe if he gave him an extra 5 million in signing bonus or something like that.
yeah. I mean, it wouldn't have to. I don't think I don't think it would have to be like salary wise. He would just get it signing bonus, like you know,
Yeah, yeah. I
so
think that's
to
it.
make up for the gap because 19 million is a steal for, in my opinion, the second best corner in the league.
Who's the first? Just out of curiosity.
Sertan.
Okay, you put Sertan over Sauce. I respect it. I respect
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Um,
Sertan just won Depoy. Dude,
yep,
I mean,
that's a good point.
he didn't have. No one was getting by him, and if they did, he was trailing you down and swatting the ball away.
That's a good point. And
Sauce is good. Don't get me wrong, but he's not as good as he was when he first came into the league.
yeah, I mean, I I am, I'm right there with you. Maybe make the extra money that he gets, if he gets it in workout bonuses or something like that, make him earn it. Because, I mean, with the coaching staff, this is a coaching staff that will want you to probably earn it more than just give it to you.
Yeah,
But it's I think that if he just asked for maybe, $5 or $6 million more, I think Ryan Poles would listen. I'm not exactly sure if he would do it, but
per
I think
yeah. He was not. I don't think he's gonna do it. I don't think they're gonna give him anything more. But here's what. It's a little bit selfish of Jalen Johnson to do that. Ask for more money,
mhm,
because I think, because I mean, put it in perspective. Brady never got a contract over 25 million a year.
sure.
Never got that. Look what
Hmm.
happened. 7 rings.
Yep.
If
And now
you
quarterbacks are getting 50 to 65 to $70 million every year for 5 years, and they're taking up, 60% of the team's salary cap money. Which is ridiculous. I don't know if this will ever happen, but I want to throw out a hypothetical here. So you know how every team has a salary cap for their roster, right? Do you think in the future, if contracts for quarterbacks get so big that Roger Goodell or whoever the um, commissioner is in the future, do you think they might consider like making a quarterback only salary cap?
mm, I don't know. I think it's more reasonable if they do what like the MLB does, where they just don't have a salary cap, which I think is stupid, by the way.
That is true because I mean MLB players, they get
They get paid.
like $450 million for they get like what Patrick Mahomes got for his contract, four
Patrick
hundred.
Mahomes' contract wouldn't be. I think it would be like fifth most in the MLB.
Really? Who's
Yeah,
number one?
that's
Well,
that's
number one
crazy.
is Shohei, right? Or something like that.
No, it's Juan Soto.
Oh, it's Juan Soto.
Juan
Right. A
Soto.
couple years ago, it was Shohei, and now it's
Hmm.
Soto.
Yeah.
So, you kind of touched on this, I think, but when you came when we first started. You know, about things to look for in Ben Johnson's first training camp. You know, you said you're looking for the offensive line, the uh, what were the other two things?
Uh, Burden,
Burden and
Loveland,
Loveland
and then
and
how Caleb is with that offense.
yeah. So for me, I wrote a couple things down. You know, I'm looking for continuity with the offensive line. You know, as well. You know, no more of these 20 combos every week. You know, the second thing that I'm looking for is improved defensive line production, and um, the final thing that I'm looking for is Caleb Williams slash Roma Dunze development as the QB slash go to wide receiver chemistry. And in my personal opinion, I think all of those things that you and me listed are attainable because Ben Johnson stated that they did want to have the offensive line combination figured out early in training camp. Um, with the defensive line, they added good pieces in Dio Dingbo and Grady Jarrett. But what is really going to help them is Dennis Allen calling our defense. And I really think that without Keenan Allen, Roma Dunze is going to step into the receiver two role, and
Yeah,
that's what he should have been last year. It's just I think they wanted to have a seasoned veteran to be like that
yeah,
receiver that is the go to for the quarterback, but also like the receiver that is like a coach also, and that's why they traded for Keenan Allen. So
yeah.
those are my few things that I'm looking for.
I
Honestly,
also,
I kind of wish that practice started today so I
yeah,
could see some clips of what's going on there. But
I also am like curious about our seventh round pick, the running back.
oh yeah, that is a
He,
that's
we might have just found the Pacheco of the draft.
yes, I completely agree with you. Actually, I think that's a very good topic that you bring up. So let's talk about that. So no, uh, Kyle Manunga. I think that's
Yeah,
how you say his name.
I think it's
I,
something like that.
I, you always butcher a name like that. And if I ever meet Kyle, I will ask him how to pronounce his name so I do
Yeah,
it correctly on the show. But when you look at Manungai, you have to see a lot of because fun fact, Isaiah Pacheco, the guy that you mentioned, did go to Rutgers when he
yeah.
was in college, and he was a seventh round draft pick.
Hmm.
And who was his running backs coach when uh, Pacheco came into the league? His running backs coach was Eric Bieniemy, our running backs coach.
Yeah,
If there's anyone that can turn late round draft picks into running backs, into like starting caliber running backs, it's this guy because Eric Bieniemy, first of all, played in the NFL. I think successfully. I have never looked up his stats, or he played successful in college, one or the other. Um, but he also coached guys like Adrian Peterson, um, Maurice Jones-Drew, uh, Pacheco, and one other name that I'm uh, and Kareem Hunt. I
Kareem
mean,
Hunt.
those
Yep.
are all great guys.
Yeah, I mean
So,
they're all studs. I mean Kareem Hunt when he was in the league, he's still in the league, but when he was a rookie, second year, debate he was the best running back in the league.
yeah,
I mean,
and
he
I mean,
was that good.
I personally believe that there's probably going to be a learning curve for Manungai, but I wouldn't be surprised by week 8, week 9 that this guy is running back two, maybe even before that. I mean,
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the year he's RB1.
that's a possibility because
Because I mean we have Ben Johnson. He's He literally, you don't.
Self-explanatory. Self-explanatory.
He ran a 2 RB set basically the whole time.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, I just love that for the first time in a long time, the um our coaching staff actually has high quality people
Yeah,
because when it was Eberflus, there was never that one like coach that was like, oh, this is the best guy on our coaching staff, and me, and when it was Matt Nagy, I mean, it wasn't much better, but probably the best guy on the coaching staff was Matt Nagy or Vic Fangio. I mean,
yeah,
now you look at it, you have Ben Johnson, who should be a successful head coach and a very successful offensive coordinator for the Bears. You have you have probably one of the best wide receiver coaches slash head assistant head coaches you could ever ask for in Antoine Randall L.
yeah.
You have
You
a
you have
smart,
the best defensive coordinator that was on the market.
yeah. I mean,
He
and
probably a
then you
top five in the league. Dennis
yeah,
Allen's nuts. That's our biggest like under the radar signing.
yeah. I mean, for me, actually, the under the radar signing was actually Al Harris, our DB coach slash
Mhm.
pass game coordinator, your defense pass game coordinator, because I mean that guy has coached guys like Trevon Diggs, Deron Bland, and turned them into all stars. I mean, I can't wait to see I am really excited to see what he does to set Stevenson straight because someone's got to set him straight after the Commanders game. I mean, that just
It
was
that it really pisses me off because he was so good, and then after that game,
just
he
went
just
downhill.
went down. Confidence just gone.
Well, it also didn't help that we had no one to to go up to him and weigh into him. I mean,
Yeah,
now uh what oh my god, Harris, after he took the DB slash pass game coordinator job, he made every DB go to like a DB camp, and train.
yeah,
So that shows that he wants this DB group to be lethal, and I think that it can be. I mean, Jalen Johnson is probably a top two, top three corner in the league, in our eyes at least. And then
most people's eyes. Yeah,
Kyler Gordon is a great slot corner,
great blitzer.
and Dennis Allen really actually signaled him out when he was talking about players that he's excited to have on the team, and he talked about Gordon on the press conference, and I just can't wait to see what training camp entails. In fact, you are actually going to training camp
Yep,
August
I'm going to
15th.
the last one, the last training camp open to the public, August 15th.
Is is that possibly one of the days that the Bills or Dolphins are
The Bills are there.
here? Oh my god! Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
What are you looking for during that practice? Uh, I think after that, I think that's all I that we'll talk about because I don't think I have anything else to say. But I want to ask you what you'd like to talk or what you'd look for in that practice because it's when we actually play against someone else besides our team.
yeah. I mean, looking for everything intensity. You know, I'm also just seeing. I'm eyes on Caleb, man. Eyes on our number one pick. It has to be. He has to show up. And then last year when I went the same day, the last training camp, and there was a big fight. Like we had they were offense defense just going at each other. There's a big fight. Sweat and I want to say it was Sweat and I think Roshan. I think it was Roshan.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was something crazy. But after that, everyone just like getting all hyped. Everyone in the crowd just getting hyped, and then the players do their little lap around the crowd and sign autographs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I unfortunately did not get one. I was standing right next to Rome. I got nervous, even though he's the same age as me. Still got
What?
nervous.
What were you doing?
There
Oh
was little,
my
there
god.
was little kids next to me. I didn't know. I wanted them to get it. I was being a
Yeah,
nice
sure.
guy.
Sure. Yeah. When I went to training camp, I went during COVID. Or actually, when I went for a couple years, but the first year that I went was during COVID, and you know, during that time, you weren't allowed to bring footballs or anything for autographs. But thank God for I don't well, not thank God, but like thanks to a security guard that no longer works there. He's retired now. Uh, he he saw me and my family behind the gate when the players were walking back to in the facility inside, and was like, "Hey guys, come on this side, and you can meet everybody." And I got to meet the entire team. I got pictures with a majority of everybody. I got to shake Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy's hand. Not that big of a deal now,
Yeah.
but
Did was that Fields' first year?
yes, it was. Yes, it was. And after everyone went in, like to go to the indoor part of practice where they're watching film and all that stuff. Uh, this we me and my family, we wanted to see the inside of Walter Payton Center, but you have to fill out a form, and it was like closing in like 15 minutes, and my dad didn't want to deal with that, so the security guard was like, "Well, wait here, and I'll give you a personal tour myself when everyone leaves, and I'll just hold your bus for like 20 minutes." He gives us a indoor tour of the Walter Payton indoor football field, and it was so awesome. And he comes back with a miniature football. I have it on my dresser. I can't reach it, but it had Allen Robinson's signature. It had Thomas Graham's signature and someone else's that I can't think of.
Lucky you got Allen Robinson. I love that guy.
I got him like right before he left, and um but another thing that's up on my dresser that I would love to show is for Christmas I got the 2024 Hall of Fame football that's all signed by all the Hall of Fame inductees. So Devin Hester's on there. Um, oh God, why am I drawing a blank on everyone else?
Jewel Peppers.
Peppers is on there. Randy uh, Bradshaw, I think.
Yeah. Then there was like some like older guy. I think was there too. No.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah, I
think of his
can't think
name,
of it.
but there were a couple of guys that played for the Bears on there. I mean
Two
the
of them.
biggest one is definitely Devin Hester. I mean I grew up watching him,
Yeah.
return punts and everything, but I mean I just needed to make sure that I got that for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
So, my dad got me that for Christmas.
That's
Um,
cool.
but but I mean, I think that's going to be everything for our podcast today. I'd like to thank Michael for coming on today.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Maybe throughout the week, you and me can do this again because
Yeah.
my my uh my podcast partner is on vacation until the 29th. For with his girlfriend, so I'm gonna need someone to fill in for this, and we got to get some practice for the 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 season anyway. So I think that this would be a great way to practice anyway.
Yeah.
And I mean, I football is back, everybody. I mean, and for once, it's actually there is actually excitement in our voices because we actually have things to be excited about. So
Yeah. And it's not fake excitement this time. I think this is the real deal.
This
I think
is
the Bears
this
are going to
should be
be
the real deal. Yes.
on the right track, and by not maybe not this year, but next year, I think we might be in the playoffs. Calling my
Yeah,
shot
maybe
right
not
now.
this year, but hey, you called your shot on the Pete Alonso
I
home run,
I
so
called it on the Alonso home run. I call it again.
I think that there's a possibility on that. So we'll see you guys. Next time. Probably Wednesday or Thursday would probably be my shot day or my target day because I'm not gonna do one on Tuesday when the veterans report because there's not really much to talk about there. I want to see like clips from practice and talk about that. So I'd probably give Wednesday or Thursday the best shot for my next recording. So and we'll see. We'll see you guys then. So have a good one, everybody.
Later, everyone.